This problem tells us that the Ferris wheel at a local fair has a diameter of 63 meters. The question asks us to write an equation that can be used to find its circumference, c, in meters, and then to solve for that circumference using pi as approximately 3 and 1400ths. So for the last couple of weeks, we have been talking about circles. One of the first things, if you remember, that we did when we started our study of circles is to go outside and to draw chalk circles on the playground and to record our results. When we came back in, we noticed that for whatever different size diameter we had when we went out to measure our circles, every one of our circles had a little bit more than 3 diameters around the outside of that circle. And that is a pattern that people have noticed for thousands of years. That number, a little bit more than 3, is something that people have called pi. And we can see in this example over here. We know that this Ferris wheel has a diameter, a measurement from one side to the other side, passing through the center, of 63 meters. And around the outside, how many 63-meter measurements does it have? How many diameters does it have? 1, 2, 3, and a bit, about 1400ths. That's the circumference. That's the way to find circumference. It's a little bit more than 3 diameters. So the formula for circumference is c equals pi, 3 and 1400ths approximately, times diameter. In this case, we're told that the diameter is 63 meters. So we have c equals pi times 63, or it's usually written c equals 63 times pi with the number going first before the symbol pi. And that's the first part of this problem, that it asks for an equation that can be used to find the circumference, and that's the equation. C equals 63 times pi. Now, if we need to have an exact number, or a number for the number of meters, we can go ahead and multiply 63 times pi. In this case, we're going to be using the approximation 3 and 1400ths because it's a decimal that keeps on repeating without finding any pattern forever. But we don't need to solve it that exactly. We can go ahead and use 3 and 1400ths times 63. And this lattice method is one of the things that we've talked about as a useful tool to kind of organize multiplication. Here, 4 times 6 is 24, 2 in the tens place and 4 in the ones. 4 times 3 is 12. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times 6 is 18. And 3 times 3 is 9. So our multiplication is done first. And then we can go ahead and add. We can see 2 plus nothing else going diagonally is 2. And then in this next column over here, we have 3 plus 1 plus 4, and that equals 8. Going diagonally down next, we have 17. 9 plus 6 plus 2 is 7. And then we'll carry a 1 up in the next column. 8 plus 1 is going to be 9. And then 1 plus nothing else is going to be 1. Where does the decimal go? It goes directly down that line from where it is in 3 and 1400ths up on the top of the lattice table. And so our decimal goes right there. So the answer to how many meters there are around the outside of this Ferris wheel is 197 and 8200ths meters. And that's the second part to this problem that it asks for. We have the equation, c equals 63 pi, and the solution, 197 and 8200ths meters. When you feel comfortable with this problem, go ahead and try the practice problem that has been grouped with this.